Hey guys, welcome to Tuesday night hangout. Let's see. I got a video here I want to share right away. I saw it. I thought it was hilarious. Let me see if I can find it. Hey guys, welcome to Tuesday night.
Somebody's YouTube's on.
Yeah, I heard that.
I was just turning mine on.
And there's Will.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late.
Hey, Will.
Right on time. Hey, what's up, Shane? Mark?
Oh, well.
Eric?
Hey, Will.
Hey.
I'm trying. Hold on a second. Oh, geez.
Technical difficulties.
Nah, I'm just messing around here.
He's nailing it.
Here we go. Let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. All right.
This is a pretty good looking cast we got here, just so you know.
It is.
But then again, I've been drinking. I'm just kidding.
Ooh, my back itches.
All right. Yeah, but I need to share. Boom. This is hilarious.
Ooh, my back itches as hell. Ooh, what is this thing that's helping me out? What is this white? What is this? Oh!
Oh, my nuts. Oh, my nuts. Oh, I know a busted nut. Oh, one of my nuts is gone. Let me try to get up. Let me try to get up. Help! Smoking a bit, anybody?
All right. Well, welcome to Tuesday night hangout. We have Mark from Paralife. We have Will from Will Fly. And we have Never Trust a Skinny Chef, Shane. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Real quick, I may be changing my YouTube channel name to something a little shorter, like ppgshane.com. I'm working on that, so just, get ready. Things may be coming. A change may be a coming.
Change is good.
Yeah.
And Mark or Will, how are you guys? Will, you're muted.
Man, how long have I been muted? I've been talking the whole time. I'm proud to say I'm doing good, first of all. And I'm proud to say that I'm a member of the Mile High Club as of today.
Finally.
Woohoo! Awesome.
Congratulations.
So obviously that was
Mark?
on the 185.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. It kind of happened by accident, really. I was just enjoying my flight, and I looked down, and I'm like, well, man, I'm at 3,000 feet. Let me just keep going. So, hey, it just happened.
Where did you go to?
Next.
Actually, I didn't go, pretty much didn't go anywhere, because the higher I went, the stiffer the winds became. So I pretty much just stayed over my LZ. And yeah, happy about that.
Did you happen to turn the motor off on your way down, or did you
I
let it
did
idle?
not pull a Shane. No, no.
Right?
Oh, the ab workout.
Yeah, man. You must have lost 10 pounds on that flight.
I saw you were flying tonight. How was it?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, it was awesome. Absolutely perfect for a launch and a landing. The winds at the surface were just like, I don't know, maybe 4 miles per hour or something like that. Just enough to give you a little wind assist on launch and allow you to do a little tiptoe landing. And it was just perfect.
Right. What? the
Now
heck?
we got a question in the chat from Jim CR120, and he's a stickler on Jesus. He's a stickler on. So answer this correctly, because I answered it wrong and I got a bunch of crap. So how did you go Mile High? Was it AGL or MSL?
Okay, it was MSL, and it was 5,851 feet MSL. My LZ is 300 feet MSL. So I was not going to get caught by that. I just tacked on a little extra just in case.
Very nice.
But that is a good question.
Nice.
Yeah, good job. That's awesome. I'll make you a little sticker that says you joined the Mile High Club. More of Lear gear. And Mark, how are you?
I'm doing good. Hope everybody's having a good evening.
Absolutely. So Shane called me today when he was busy at work, and he wanted to talk about his son's scholarship. So I'm going to kind of turn it over to him for a second and talk about that.
All right. So a couple weeks ago, there's a teacher. He's a retired teacher from the public school system here in the state of Florida. And he was my daughter's teacher and I helped him out with the track for the junior high school. And he's the teacher knew Gage just through running into him in the halls and stuff, and then was really impressed with Gage being such a good, person, and helping out students that were having bad days, was always helpful, cheerful, what have you. He's actually doing a scholarship in Gage's name. It's called the Good Samaritan. Oh, no, it's not called the Good Samaritan. Now I done forgot. It's the Gage Robbins
Citizenship.
Yes, Good Citizenship Award. They're giving one $500 scholarship per year in his name. And if you have a business or would like a tax write-off, if you are to donate to or write a check to the school will in turn give you a tax exemption paper. Well, they'll mail it back to you, and it's a tax write-off. My goal is to raise $5,000, and what that'll do is it'll give that scholarship name and my son's name for over 10 years with the interest and stuff that the money will accumulate. So I'm shooting for 5,000. I'm going to start next week with going to a couple businesses around here that I know that are doing very well and probably could use the tax write-off. So if you guys would like to send it, Eric, can you get Jade to put that info I sent you in maybe the description?
Yeah.
And,
The picture.
no, not the picture, just if you can have her write it out.
Yeah, I will do that. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And what I did is I went back to my office and we actually cut a check for the scholarship for $500, and that's going to get sent right to the school. So there's a start of it, and
Very nice.
hopefully we can let that build.
Yeah, and
So-
I know someone else. I don't know if they want their name put out there or what have you. But I know someone else sent $150 personal check, and that money's already been turned in as well.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. That is really something to be proud of. So, and
Correct.
It really is.
and I know that these scholarships in any amount, these kids, when they are seniors, they're happy to get anything because
Oh, yeah.
you know, they're really scraping for money to go to college, and the less amount of money they have to borrow and pay back, the better off they really are. So let's see, Jay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to, I guess the way that they're going to pick a student is they're going to go to each student's teacher and ask them, you know, what kind of good citizenship have they done? And then my understanding of this, I'm still working on details with this, but more or less it's someone that's deserving of a scholarship in Gage's name, due to the fact that Gage has always been so helpful. Kids that got picked on in school, Gage went and talked to them and you know, became his friend, their friend, and just tried to help them out. Anytime a student was having a bad day, Gage was there. I mean, when we had his celebration for life, people got up there, and there was tons of people that just went up there, students that were up there talking about just how they were having bad days. And there's Gage standing there with his arms open saying, if you need a hug, I'm here. And just sat and talked to kids that were just having troubles in their day-to-day lives. So, I mean, he made an impact on people when he was here, and apparently he's still doing it. So I'm very thankful and glad to call him my son, and very proud to be his father.
Absolutely. That's pretty cool. Yep. And I'll be honest, when we heard about it, you know, it was something that we would do. You know, we would do it for you. We would do it for anybody.
Right.
And in a business aspect, you're not losing anything. It's a win-win. So if you own a business and you need a tax write-off, which most businesses do, this is a perfect way to get it. So, because you're really not losing any money. But so Paralife is a business.
Yes,
No.
and Paralife will cut a check once I see where to cut it to.
It is in the chat. Jay just dropped the information in there. And yeah, all the information is right there. Everything that you need, they will literally mail back or email you the tax exemption paper.
And
so yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
It's just awesome. It's just awesome. Like the kid, when he was fighting cancer, was always positive. We told him, you know, this treatment didn't work. He's like, Dad, it's not a big deal. I got this. What do we need? What's our next step? He was always freaking positive, no matter how crappy he felt, the bad news he got. It actually made it easier, if this makes any sense. You watching your kid literally die in front of your eyes, and he's smiling the whole time and telling you everything's gonna be all right. And it was just positive. The positive reinsurance is the same thing that he did growing up with all these kids in school. So I'm very honored to be honest with you.
I was muted. Sorry about that. Yeah, that is awesome. And Will is wearing a Paralife shirt, so he's guilty by association. So you can cut a check too. Anyways, all right. So yeah, please, you know, the paramotor community, we can all get together. $5,000, that's nothing. It's a drop in a hat. So, you know, Jay she dropped it in the chat. You know, let's do this for the future students that are going to be leading the country, you know. So, and that would be super cool. But yeah, anyways, so yesterday, so about me a little bit, I wanted to bring this up just real quick. Somebody attacked a post online for the little gremlin bells, or what do you call them? The guardian bells that motorcycles use. And Deweese Milstead has these little bells on the site, and you can put them on the bottom of trikes. And she was attacked a little bit. And somebody just said, you know, these are trinkets. Don't put any trinkets on your paramotor. It's not safe, yada, yada. And I kind of responded back that paramotors, you know, you can call it a trinket, you can call it whatever. It's their belief. We have a freedom of doing whatever we want to do to these motors and these trikes, foot launch, whatever. There's people that fly with GoPros hanging all over their heads and all over their cages. There's people that fly with the GoPros, the wing cams, the chase cams. Those are very dangerous, you know, if they're not used properly. But, you know, these gremlin bells, they're designed to be on the lowest part of the trike. If they fall off, unless you're inverted, they're not going through the prop. But, you know, these paramotor shows, those Facebook pages and things, these are to help people. And I don't like to see negativity, and especially people that I call friends. And so far, everybody in the paramotor community that I have met, I do consider a friend. I really have not met anybody that's not very nice. So I just wanted to throw that one out there, that I didn't like it too very much. But and yes, I have one on my trike, and it was a gift, and it was a gift from Louise. So it does mean something to me. But anyways, there was a guy that actually reached out to me. His name is Ben, and I do believe he was a Resurgence. He went through the Resurgence program, and he wanted to come on and talk. And I sent him a message, and he hasn't responded about coming on. So maybe he'll come on a little later and talk about Resurgence and his stuff, because I think it'd be pretty good to talk to somebody. And he's right here in Wisconsin. Also, we wanted to talk about cold weather flying. So we fly in cold weather, and I think cold weather to us is in Wisconsin is a little different than cold weather to Shane or Will or Mark. But let's start at the south. What is Shane's cold weather in Florida?
I would say anything 45 under. We kind of, I mean, it truly just depends on how you dress. I cannot fly with gloves on, so anything 45 and under, I have a little trouble with my hands. Yes, I've tried climbing, and then reaching in and grab my gloves and try to put them on. My brakes, there's just barely enough room to get my hand in, my fingers in already, and then I try to add gloves to it. It just doesn't work for me. I can't feel the brakes or the throttle as well. So the gloves that Mark gave me, I'm actually looking forward to giving those a shot. He gave me a pair of these leather gloves, and they're thin, so I'm really anxious to try those out, because I'd like to be up there flying and not freezing my hands off.
And then Mark, I guess you're further north.
Yeah, I'm south of Atlanta, and last year was my first year flying, you know, during the winter, and when it gets in the upper 30s or so, that's pretty cold. I still fly in it, but it's cold, and I've flown with gloves and got my hands still got cold. So this year I'll fly with a little better gloves, and I don't like when you lose the dexterity and you can't feel everything real crisp, but it's okay. I'll still fly and wear thicker gloves anyways.
Well, when you lose that feeling and stuff, I mean, that's called hypothermia, Mark. You're supposed to be on the ground.
Well, usually by the time it sets in, I'm still 30 or 40 minutes away from the house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, what gear do you use? What are you using to stay warm?
Not enough. I flew once last year in somebody else's little real thin flight suit, which is basically a one-piece windbreaker. I will buy one of those this year, because other than that, I'll just wear thermals and sweatpants on the bottom, and thermal and a sweatshirt up top. And then hopefully something better to keep the wind off.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, did you just submit that you were wearing a onesie?
Oh yeah. I'm not scared of nothing.
Yeah, man,
I
when
will-
you're
I
cold,
will-
you don't care how you look.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I will tell you the thing I learned. I carry rain gear called frog togs. I used to use them on my motorcycle. They stop almost 100% of, and they're very comfortable to wear. And once you put on a light jacket or even a medium-sized jacket, you put that rain gear on the outside of it, it stops all the wind from pushing through into your nice warm insides there. And I found that I don't need to fly with as big of a jacket or insulated pants with those on, because you don't get the wind.
Yeah, that's what I found out with that flight suit. I mean, that's basically what that was, except for it's kind of like a one-piece snowmobile suit, where
Right.
it has zippers and stuff that make it real easy to get in and out of. And I think maybe it was Deweese that had a couple of those that were the wrong size that I think she had put for sale. But I wasn't sure if one of those would have fit me. So I think I got to buy a new one that's a little bit bigger.
Well, what about you?
Last year I flew all winter, and probably the 30s. I'm with everyone else. I mean, I hate the bulk, the extra bulk, the gloves, it's kind of a hassle. And so I got to the point where I wouldn't even launch with gloves on. Any gloves that I put on, after I launched, I was in the air, safe altitude, then I would put my gloves on, because I kept losing my toggles. So, yeah, I think I'm still going to fly through the winter, but I think my flights are going to be a lot shorter.
What if you put those little clips that go through your arms and back down that your mom gave you when you were 3 to hold your gloves on, and hook those to your brakes? Then you won't lose your brakes.
Yeah, well, I'll say okay to that.
Right.
But
Well-
hey, I do have a question because, you live up there in the frozen tundra air, but the buffs, how do you is there a trick to keeping it? I'm continually it's continually falling down. And that is one of the biggest problems that I have, is the cold air just like rushing up my nose.
Yeah. So this is
you guys-
this is what we do. Actually, I had to dig these out. So this is made by Carhartt. And it is one of those, I think they call it, like, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, a baklava or a balavaka or whatever they're called.
Balaclava?
Yeah. And it goes under your helmet. So, I mean, it kind of stays on, and then your face is right here. So it does.
Can you
Keep
put it
the-
on for us?
No, but but it keeps your ears warm. It keeps your head warm, because you lose a lot of heat out of your head. And it really does help with the neck and stuff like that.
Okay, so with this part right here of the balaclava or whatever, does it stay there? Is it like firmly in place, or do you have to keep messing around?
On this one, it does. It allows your head to turn to look, but on, your neck can turn too, so if you need to. And trust me, we've gone through a lot of these to find one that actually works. And this one ended up working good. It doesn't seal here, not real well. You do get a little bit of air that goes in here, but then, our helmets, we have the face masks on our helmets that we will fly with. I take mine off in the summertime because I can't, I can't deal with the fishbowl. So I just go and remove mine. Jade has hers on, but I don't like it. But in the wintertime, I do use it because it does block some of the wind, and that's nice. If you sneeze, you might as well rip that thing off because it's a mess. The other thing that we do is we have battery gloves, and we have our gloves are these motion heat, and they're made by Power in Motion. It's a company out of Canada. They're about $220 for the pair. And these are just liners. So me not know, well, I knew it, but I'm like, oh man, I got like 12 volts or 18 volts going through my fingers. I'm going to stay warm. I went up, did one lap, and I was down because yeah, that air pulls the heat right off those gloves. So then I started looking for liners, and I went through probably another 5 sets of gloves and mittens, and these I found were the best because they're made by Carhartt. They're a material that doesn't allow the wind to go through, and that's what you have to stop is the wind. But I found these work very well. So with the liners and these, we can keep our hands warm. And yes, the gloves, you do lose that dexterity and the feeling, but I can honestly say, I think you get used to that. You do get used to it because we flew all winter long. The coldest we flew, everybody's heard it, was 9 degrees. And that was cold, but and like Mark says, is usually you get cold and you still have half hour to get back to your LZ. So, and as far as our legs and our bodies, I have a one-piece snowsuit that my dad was actually employed by the oil companies up in Alaska on the North Slope, and they issued out winter gear, and this is over 30 years ago, and these things are so well built, and that's what I use now is either the one piece or the 2-piece, and I stay perfectly warm in that, but it is bulky, and we only use it for the trike. I would never try to foot launch because you'll be like the little kid from the Christmas Story that can't get up. That would be me foot launching. So, but that's how we stay warm. But no matter what, you're looking at a 20-minute flight, 30-minute flight. And there's been times we came down, we were both shivering. Our hands were cold. We're looking for heat, and we will go sit in the truck or come back into the house and warm up our hands and go back out and put our wing away, So, I mean, does anybody else have anything that that can help out other pilots with cold weather flying?
Yeah, in the chat.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, anyone in the chat too, if you've got an idea, that keeps the wind off your face or whatever, what do you guys use?
I know they're going to say don't fly.
I also have used those little chemical packs in my gloves, and then basically it's just on your palm, and so then I pull my fingers back in there when I can, and warm my fingers back up that way.
Yeah, that's what's nice about these gloves is the heating element actually travels up each finger, and they have a little pouch inside. You can put this battery. This is the battery pack. You can put the battery inside the pouch, or they actually sell you a wiring harness that goes around your neck, down your arms, like the glove retainers we were just talking about. And then it goes, you can put the batteries into your pockets. So you don't have that extra weight in your glove. And that's what we do is we put them in our pockets. And as I said, with this setup, our hands aren't bad. So,
So
What do
I,
you
I
think,
have
Tim?
also used latex gloves to just keep the wind off of your skin. And I mean, they're thin, so I had no real issues with them, but it did keep my hands a lot warmer than not having them on at all. But if you were to use those latex gloves over top of those gloves you got there, Eric, it would I guarantee you'd probably end up being too warm in those.
right, yeah, it'll cut down the wind, and that's what you got to do. So. But now Mark was talking about those one-piece flight suits. Do they make those in different thicknesses, like a wetsuit?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know Jason Russell Smith flies in it's a fishing bib. And then he puts a windbreaker over top of that. And he's flown in some, I think at Swanee 2 years ago. It was in the low 30s, and he flew for almost 2 hours with just that fishing bibs and a jacket with a windbreaker over top of it. I do believe. I could be wrong, but I think I remember that.
Right. Now, aren't they making those pods like the paragliders fly in for paramotors now? And would those keep you warm?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
mean,
know,
I
but
would
it
imagine
sounds like it would. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mark. Oh, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, I imagine it keep the wind off you, which is most of what we're fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
25, 30 mile an hour winds, ice cold air blowing right at you, right through you. It doesn't take long. I usually fly with my my wool hunting gear that I have, the pants and the jacket. It stops some of the wind, but not all the wind at that speed. And it's pretty well. It's not bulky. It's no more than maybe a sweatshirt thickness. And I've flown in it. I think the coldest I've ever flown was maybe 38 degrees, something like that. And I did all right. My hands were the only thing that brought me down.
Yeah, that's, I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy and I have to fly. I just, and circumstances, I live here. So,
That's a really good point. It all boils down to how bad do you want it? You know what I mean? I mean, because it is not an ideal situation to be out there in the cold and the wind. And so, yeah, I guess it's the price that we pay as paramotorists to fly in the winter.
yeah.
There are a couple questions.
Or you just
Yeah.
or you
Go
just move to Florida and not have to worry about it as much.
No, but then you get eaten by alligators.
Never gonna happen. Never
Oh,
gonna
yeah, okay.
happen.
Will, what are the questions in the chat?
Well, I'm just kind of going through them, so I'll continue to do that. But Angela's asking about, let's see, what's the coldest everyone has flown? We did that. Mad Sloper says, anyone try the motorcycle touring gloves?
So I think he's talking about, I think he's talking about these, which they, oh, geez, hold on. If I'm not mistaken, they call them gauntlet gloves, and they're a wide cuff here, and they're leather. This is one set we went through. It cut down a little bit, but leather just doesn't seem to stop the wind like a textile glove that we have here.
Right.
And the textile gloves do a great job.
Okay. And Mad Sloper was asking how long it took me to get to a mile high. And honestly, I don't know, because like I said, it happened kind of by accident. So half of the trip I was just tooling around. My best guess, uh, Sean, you'd probably be, or Shane, you'd probably be able better to answer this because you did it all in one fell swoop. But I think it would have been about 30 minutes, 25 minutes, somewhere thereabouts. Just a guess.
It took me right at 30, I think it was 32 minutes to get to, no, I'm sorry. It took me 22 minutes to get to the Mile High and took me 32 minutes to come down.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand. I don't want to try to get into why it took that long. I have no idea, but I
And
wasn't.
you were full throttle too, weren't you?
Yeah, I kept telling myself I can't go full throttle because I know it's a 2-stroke and you're supposed to run them wide open. I mentally cannot do that or physically can't do it. It just bothers me, and I don't want to wear and tear on the equipment. So I was on my way up and I wanted to get it over with. I wanted to hurry up and get there. So I'd come off the throttle a little bit, and the next thing I know, I was full throttle again. I was like, get off the throttle a little bit. And then I did that the whole way. Like I fought myself the entire time. My hands wanted to just squeeze and my mind was like, no, you're going to blow the motor. So
yeah, I wasn't full throttle. And can I share something?
Absolutely.
Okay, this is for Jim CR 120. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we'll try it. I'm going to stop that, and I'll keep working on that. Yeah, let me just try one more time here. I mean, this is hanging out, right? So you guys are just hanging out. So
We're just hanging out.
yeah, we're just hanging out, talking about whatever.
I think it's this one, and it's optimized. I'm not sharing the sound. All right. Can you all see that?
We see your
your-
toolbar.
You just see a toolbar?
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
see the,
Up.
huh? You
No,
do
just
it,
your toolbar.
just the toolbar. All right, well, that's a big pile of freaking fail. So I'll try something else. We'll talk about something else.
Hey, Mark, is there a reason why you haven't flown in 3 weeks other than just being a slacker?
A wedding shower and an actual wedding, and then throw in the slacker part, and it hasn't worked. It's not worked out in my favor.
Man, are you sure you want to go up there and visit him? He's going to be cranky because he's having withdrawals.
Oh, he could be cranky. I'll be 1,000 feet above him going, look at me flying. Woohoo.
Yeah, I'll get it straightened out this weekend.
Yeah, I
Oh, yeah.
tell you what.
Mark,
Go ahead.
Mark, you want to tell anybody or everybody what's going to happen this weekend? The bad news?
Yeah, y'all pray for me. Shane and Krista, which I mean, not the Krista part, but the Shane part, is going to come up and stay for a little bit. So y'all keep me in your thoughts and
Wait.
prayers.
Inside your house?
Yeah, inside
No,
my house in the guest bedroom.
You don't let them poop in your toilet. Yeah, man.
Hey, I will.
You gotta
I'll go
hold
out
it till you
back,
got
but
to
Mark's
Florida,
gonna pick
dude.
it up. Hey, I'll go out back and poop in the yard, but Mark's got to pick it up. I'm just saying.
I already got to tend to Abby's needs. I don't need you to.
Hey, the best part was, Mark, what did your wife have you clean today to make sure the house looks all right for us?
Today I had to clean the baseboards. I was thinking, you know what? I'm not even sure if I like Shane that much. It's like,
Oh, that's
Holy
pretty
good
funny.
Lord.
yeah.
You all see that now?
Yes.
Okay. So it's just real short. This is for Jim CR 120. Oh, I am not going to do that. Let's see. You just hear me sing the whole time. I'm either talking or singing the whole time I'm flying.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
see.
me.
Okay.
What kind of
so-
music does everybody listen to while they're-
Man, I listen to everything from country. I'm not big on what do you call it? Rap, but country, rock, pretty much anything. So can you
You
do
ain't
that?
listening to Run DMC when you're flying around?
Run DMC. I don't know, man. Hey, you said you were going to make me one of those Cyndi Lauper tapes. Whatever happened to that?
Dude, you're not supposed to say that out loud.
Okay, so can you see right here what I'm circling?
Yeah, I ain't
Yes.
looking at that. I'm looking at those little farmhouses down there.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's for Jim. So yes, I got some video of it, and I wasn't sure I did, but yeah, it came out okay. So good.
And what
tell you
watch
what.
is that?
That is the Phoenix 5X. Love that watch. Now I don't know. The only reason I got it was to use Stu Fly, you know, that paramotor app, and I use that on every single flight. It's been rock solid.
I bought a watch as well, but it stays in my truck and I forget to put it on every time.
Is it like a Garmin watch?
No, it's like a G-Shock. watch.
Casio?
Yeah, whatever it is. Because I don't wear watches. The only jewelry I've ever worn is this necklace and my son's ashes in the thingamabobber here. Outside of that, I've a wedding ring. I've nothing. I can't stand to wear any jewelry. Watch, it drives me nuts the entire time I'm flying. So I knew I wasn't gonna wear it any other time than to fly. And most of the time now I don't even know why I bought the watch. I am already flying with my Fly Sky High app. I just pull that up, see what my altitude is, and I'm good to go. So yeah, it just sits in my truck door.
Fly Sky High, a lot of people use that, but I always, I don't know, there's just something about, I try to keep things as simple as possible. There's just something about just looking at your wrist and knowing, you know, and not having to pull out your phone. Do you actually tether your phone and keep it out so that you can always see it?
Yeah, I had the chest harness, so it literally just sits right here. I can text message, I can go through my phone, I can whatever. And then it's all hooked up, you know, the music and everything's hooked up through my Cena. But I changed my music and everything. It's one-handed. It's that chest strap with the tether on it. Actually, let me turn my background off real quick and then I'll show you what I have for the tether or for the, oh my goodness, how did we do this again? Oh yeah.
While you're doing that, I'll tell Angela she does not want to hear me sing. I guarantee it. She says she wanted to hear me sing.
Right.
No freaking way, man. I'm horrible.
I scrolled over to the chat.
Okay.
Stalker Steve,
Okay,
Hot
so-
Buttered Steve. He wanted to talk about the sweatshirts. I think you're talking about Paralife shirts. They are comfortable, very much so. So check out paralife.com. paralifeppg.com and go find yourself a shirt, get a sticker, and you can be like one of the cool kids.
One of the cool kids. Okay, so I have a chest harness that literally just my phone sits about right here, if you will. And how I tether it is I pull the case off of it. This on the inside it has a strap that goes through it. I just put it through the where you would charge your phone, like so. And then I put that case back on. I'll be quiet. And I tether it that way, and then everything just sits on my chest it's kind of just a clamp that clamps on it, spring loaded, and that's how I fly.
Do you happen to have that handy?
What, the chest harness?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I'll be back. Thanks, Will.
No, there's someone at the front door. I know what's going on.
It's actually in his truck that's at the shop getting an oil change. He'll be back in a minute.
I mean, I have spent, I can't tell you how many days just trying to figure out or come up with systems or rig something that is just like perfect for my needs, you know? I mean, anything from Walmart, things from Walmart, Lowe's, you know, of course, things that you buy online that are specifically designed for paramotorists. And it's not as easy as you would think it would be.
Right. No,
Yeah, it'd be
not. And a lot of it is,
easier. It'd be easier in a trike if you could mount stuff on it. That's the only thing that sure would be nice about a trike.
Yeah,
Right.
I've seen that done. They've got I think it was Bob C. I've seen his setup. He's got like an arm that comes up on that's bolted to his trike, and then he just puts his phone on it, and it's really secure. So it's like always there in front of him. Now, that's pretty cool.
yeah. No, I mean,
All right, so
like you
now that
said.
I had to go all the way out to my truck,
Oh my gosh!
so this is the chest.
You can skip the gym
So
next.
this is the. I know, right? So that's the chest harness, and then you have the thing that holds the phone, so it pulls out. So to put your phone in, and it holds it there, and then I have it tethered with the carabiner thingamabobber here that hooks onto the strap for the phone. So literally, it won't come out. And if it does, it's tethered and you don't really worry about it.
And where did you get it?
So let me shoot Amazon. I'll send you the link. I got it all.
So Mad Sloper wanted to know if anybody flies with a flight deck. Actually, I ordered a flight deck for myself and Jade, and we don't use either one.
All right, so that's what it looks like. Well, and then whenever I'm flying, I can literally pull it out. I usually have to turn my head sideways to get the face recognition. But as I'm flying, I can text, I can scroll through whatever I need to, and it works perfect.
You got a mobile, you got your office in the air. That's cool.
Yeah. And that's how I used to shoot all my video before I got the GoPro. That's literally how I did all the videoing.
Does that ever get tangled up or anything in your lines?
No, I've actually, yes. And I'll tell you when. After you're pulling your lines up to pull your wing in, or I go to throw my wing, it'll sometimes catch my phone.
There you go.
So you only do it once or twice, and then you realize, oh yeah, I got to watch out for that.
Do you have a link on that?
Yes, it's, you know what? Hold on. I will scan and cut, or I'll pull it up on Amazon real quick and put it in the chat.
There you go.
It's three different things. It's the chest harness, then the phone holder, and then the tether. So, but I think I paid like maybe $40 for everything, maybe $30. I don't remember. It's been a while. Man, why is it so hot in here? Good Lord, I hadn't moved.
Live in
And now
Florida.
Yeah, you had to go all the way out to your truck.
Yeah, I just turned the air down, dude. I still have the air on. All right, where is my account orders? All right, hold on.
Mark, what do you
Good Lord.
Mark, what are you using for video? I mean, anytime you look over, let me tell you, anytime you look over at Mark's camper, and if you see a street cone, it is not to keep your knees from hitting his hitch. It's because there's a little black box mounted to it. Or if you look at his camper, there is GoPro mounts everywhere on that thing and at every angle. And it's like, are you kidding me? He's got like 32 GoPros going at one time.
And you have to be careful if you park next to me, because I'll put them on your camper too.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
I was crying about that yesterday, though. When you use a lot of cameras like that, it gives you some cool angles, which I really don't know what to do with them after I have them, like Will does. But it gives you cool angles and you get interesting things. But boy, it's a lot of media to deal with.
Yeah, I could just
Yeah.
imagine. I know what dealing with one is like. So
Yeah, a lot of
Okay,
of
so-
times I use 5.
So that chest harness was $19. But I'm having trouble finding the share button on here or copy and paste it.
you don't wear glasses either.
Uh,
you're saying.
No, I have so far I've not had the need of any corrective lenses. See, what a lot of people may or may not know is I am legally blind in my right eye. I really can't see out of it at all unless there's like sunlight. If you're standing, the sun's going down and you're standing in front of it, I can see a shadow with my right eye. But my left eye has made compensation for the lack of my right eye. So my vision is pretty damn good, actually, still to this day at 47 years old.
Nice.
It's all downhill from here, buddy. I hate to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's what I'm thinking of. That mount right here. I'd never be able to see that. I don't think I'd be able to see it.
All right, well, I can't find the share or the, like, where I can copy and paste a link on the page, but I can screen share it right here. Oopsie. So this is what it's called, the adjustable chest strap. You literally just hook your GoPro mount to that, and then you'll end up putting this piece onto it. And as soon as I go back, I can pull that one up. I think that was only, God, that was pretty cheap as well. It's $7.
Wow.
So I may have been completely wrong on my prices here. So that's the part that I use, the magnet, or not the spring part for that. And then real quick, I don't even know what I did to this. Oh, there it is. Okay, hold on. And then give me 1 second and I'll show you the tether part that I bought, which I don't see it on here. Apparently 2019 was a year of buying a lot of crap because there's pages on here. Oh, was that it? No.
Yeah, and a lot of that stuff you can get in a kit. I mean, dirt cheap on Amazon.
Is that the
Hey, when you
GoPro
know-
accessories that you're talking about? I've always questioned those, the quality.
I've
So,
never had
and there's the
trouble
tethers.
if they're the official GoPro accessories. I think they're pretty good. I don't know about the knockoff. So
Right.
Yeah,
I
I bought the knockoffs, and it's not as good a quality for sure, but it gets the job done.
That's what Jade says about me.
Yeah,
Brian Waller
she told
says,
us.
this is for you, Mark. Brian Waller says all those GoPros you have is how you got that video of your awesome wingtip drag.
Yeah, and unfortunately, also I got that crash in my front yard from 3 or 4 different angles.
Well, care to share?
Oh, that's how I met all these clowns.
Oh,
Was after I crashed.
oh they wanted to hear more.
Oh yeah, I wiped out in my front yard on takeoff and sent part of the prop through the wing, bent up the main frame, wiped out the hoop. I did it proper. Yeah, then I got on the phone and ordered another one. That was fun.
Another
But-
paramotor?
Oh yeah, I ordered that's when I ordered that Pluma too. Cause it put a kink in the main part of the frame on my Power to Fly Titan. But then after I ordered it, I found out it was going to be 6 weeks till I could get it back, and I didn't want to wait that long to fly. So then I ordered some titanium and rebuilt my Power to Fly Titan.
I was gonna say, don't you know a welder?
Yep. Yeah, but I didn't want it repaired. I had my feelings hurt. I wanted a brand new one, and I couldn't order a brand new center section for my power to fly at the time. They weren't making it.
I am warning you, Shane. He is going to be cranky if he don't get in the air.
Oh, he's gonna have
We're
no
gonna get in the
choice.
air. Yeah, we're gonna fly.
Mark,
It'll
what
be all
size-
good.
What size wing do you fly?
I think it's 23 and a half meter. It's the Lift Easy R, the medium. And I think it's like 23 and a half meters. And what they got a smaller one. I think that might be my next wing. Is the same thing, only smaller.
Well, maybe I should try flying yours and see if I like it.
Yeah,
And
you
then
can fly.
buy that one.
Make him sign a
Make sure
waiver
she-
for
No, I'm actually if I was gonna buy another wing, I do believe I would buy the Link 2 again or the Cubic and get it in a 23 or 24 meter size. I'm on a 27 now, and I absolutely love that wing. It just it's not slow, but it just I need a little bit more. I was actually thinking about just doing a speed bar on it and going from there, but that kind of scares me as well, speed bar.
Yeah, and Will, if you haven't seen that sometime, just go back to my channel and put in something to the effect of I crashed my paramotor. And so anyways, I put that video out on YouTube, and I think Linda found it. And then she contacted me to come on the show and embarrass myself in front of everybody. So I jumped at that opportunity. And as a prize, I got all these friends.
That Linda, man, she scours the internet.
Hey, Waller asked a question. What's worse, going without sex or going without flying a PPG? Be
Flying.
honest now, folks.
Flying.
I
I'm
can
gonna
be
go-
honest. Yeah, I can be honest for sure, because my wife wouldn't watch this if you paid her to. So I could tell you for sure. For me, it would be I'd need to go fly. But I'm 53.
Well, I've been with my wife a lot longer than I've been flying, so one's gotten a lot more used than the other, so I'm gonna go fly.
Dang, that's hard.
Eric, tread gently, because your wife does watch this and she might be in the same room.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did put in there. I told Brian at PPG, but don't tell Jade I said that. And he said the secret stay for me. But then Mark H goes, yeah, that's what she said too.
Oh, that's
Ah.
perfect.
Now I have a question for Eric. What lasts longer, flying in 9 degrees with no clothes on, or sex?
Eric, you don't have to answer. We all know. No need lying, or just go on to the next question.
Yep. Next question.
Hey, Bill H said he has a GoPro 10 and he says it's good, but the app sucks. Man, that is GoPro in a nutshell. They've got great cameras, but man, every app that I've tried of theirs just feels like it's in beta. Yeah, it just doesn't.
Didn't
feel like it's
GoPro
live.
have a different app of like 5 years ago?
Yeah, they did. But Quick or
Yeah, no, it wasn't Quick. It was the one right before that.
yeah.
And I thought that one was a lot better, but I don't really, I can't say, but I thought that app was better. The app they have now, yeah, is not very good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's workable, but that's about it.
Yeah, but if you think of it, I mean, the reason you're taking all this footage is so that you can, organize it, put it together, and and
Right.
I don't know what's going on with their app development, but
Well, I think Will, you should, one of these shows, you should do the editing, the software, kind of walk us through what you do. Unless you're going to be that guy that's not going to share. And
Yeah.
walk us through, because I record things and they're on the GoPros, but I don't do videos. I do them. So even if I don't, I will watch myself take off. I will watch myself land. I will see what I'm doing wrong and try not to do it the next time. So, I mean, that's why I record.
That's a good reason to record. Really. And actually, when Mark puts those 20 GoPros out and about, I mean, I bet you catch a lot of good stuff, Mark, not just for content, but I mean, for training, things, what not to do, what to do. So yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting a lot of time what all you see. And if you know that that Nick is at the fly-in, you need to be careful what you will actually see on your camera footage. He likes to keep it entertaining while I'm out flying. But yeah, and it's so funny because all I use is the GoPro Studio. It's the only thing I know how to use. And for me to learn a whole new one, that's asking a lot.
Jim CR120 got a comment about the speed bar. It's not that scary. I actually used speed bar on my wing during the SIB course to do it was full frontal. And I actually got into a whole lot of trouble doing that because I guess with the speed bar and doing a full frontal, it's just amplifies everything. But it wasn't scary to use the speed bar. I'm just scared to use the speed bar unless I have the altitude. And I know I've seen plenty of videos where people are using the speed bar low altitude, and if you come off of it and hit brake, you're going to go up. That's all great. I'm just concerned. I just have a concern. I only got to use the speed bar for 8 seconds before I collapsed the wing and got myself into, well, Andrew was yelling, throw your reserve, reserve, reserve. But I ended up working out the wing and getting it under control. But yeah, dude, that speed bar it is kind of fun when you push it and you kind of feel yourself just take off. But I've never actually flown with it any great length of time, but I will get one soon. Actually, Smart Car Brian says he doesn't want to use his speed bar on his wing, so he would give me his. So I might have to pick that up from him. Have Mark help me hook it up this weekend.
Yeah, I've never
Go ahead.
used a speed bar.
I want somebody to figure out how to hook a speed bar up to the trike.
Crickets.
I think you can do it on like the retracted trike, because that is basically your foot launch unit hooked into wheels. But as far as like the trikes that Jade and I fly, I don't think that's possible. Angela had a question. She wanted a link for the gloves that I use, and I found them on Amazon. They're called Carhartt Men's Pipeline Glove. So Angela, if you look there, you'll be able to find it. As I said, I would have copied the link, but don't know how. But anyways.
Brian said you could fix that problem with just getting retracted trikes. There you go.
There you go.
What's a couple more dollars?
Oh, there's the share. Oh my goodness. All right, I can't figure out this share thing on Amazon. Forget about it. Now I feel like Eric.
I put the link to Eric's, to your gloves there pretty
Thank
sure.
you, sir. Thanks. Jim,
Yeah, thanks.
Jim CR 120 wants to know if we have A assist on our trikes. Yeah, it does. We do have A assist on the trikes. It's hooked up to the speed bar system on trike. No, it doesn't hook up to the speed bar. The A assist basically just takes the place of your thumbs when you're foot launching. So it actually goes to the mullions on your leading edge lines. So that's where they go. When the wing is up, those lines that are hooked to, I fly with a Mac Paracharger, so my leading edge lines are red. So when the wing is up, those lines are actually loose. Unless you get into some turbulent air, but you don't. You don't want those tight because you don't want that pulling down on the front of that wing.
So we were talking about flight suits earlier. I don't know if you've ever heard of Blue Sky Blue. That's the suit that I use. It was kind of pricey, but I can tell you, you will not get cold in that suit. They've got a 2-layer, a 3-layer, and a 4-layer. And I got the 3-layer. Probably could have gotten by with the 2-layer. Let me
Sorry, Will.
would you send me the wrong thing?
No, I just wanted to send you those 3 things, and
Oh, okay. Not gonna, oh, these are the suits here. Yeah, so I mean, that's what I use right there. And they're really well made. And I'm pleased with it, except the 3 layers, probably a little more than I need.
That doesn't give you like a temperature down to rating, does it?
I'll bet you it does. Let's see, this is a 5-layer here. So let me look at the more details. See if it says anything.
See, and I can gain, is that, what kind of material is that?
Cordura.
Okay, so that is a textile suit also, the same stuff as the gloves.
Yeah, it's,
So
it's
it'll definitely-
windproof and it is tough. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
Let's see if it says anything here about a temperature. That is a good question. I can say this, that whatever suit, if you do ever decide to get this particular suit, go with the size above what you normally wear. So if you're a medium, get a large, because you want the flexibility, you're going to be running in it. Keep that in mind. These also have little map pockets. I do use those. You can't really tell, but those are clear map pockets. So what I normally do is put my phone in there face up, and for whatever that's worth.
Now I have seen with the map pockets, they build up condensation when it's super cold out.
Well,
Inside.
are you talking about Wisconsin cold?
We are talking Wisconsin cold, yes.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think you need like a 12-layer. I don't know. Hey, no, I bet you this 5-layer suit would be perfect for Wisconsin. I wouldn't be able to wear it here. I would just completely burn up.
Yeah.
So
I'd be willing to give it a shot.
well, the guy, you can email this guy. He's a nice guy, and he'll answer your questions.
Yeah.
And actually, I ordered one, and he called me, and he's the one that told me. He discussed he wanted to know what my needs were, how I was using it, and he came up with the ideal size and all that.
Now, is there like elastic by the ankles, or I mean, how's
Yes,
that?
yes.
Okay.
There's
When we're flying-
elastic.
Go ahead.
Well, you put the whole thing. It's kind of hard to explain. It's easy to get into because all this right here, all the way down, is a zipper. So you basically just step in one leg at a time. And then this has Velcro around the leg there, the ankle, but it
Yep.
also has a little strap that goes underneath your shoe to keep it on. I never really even need that, but I use it because that's like what you're supposed to do, I guess.
If does that also have a flap with 2 buttons in the back?
A poop port?
Yes.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
So
Oh, I wonder. No, it doesn't.
flying the trikes, when you're sitting in a trike, our trikes, you're kind of in the recliner condition, you're laid back. So you get that air that can go up your pant leg of your snowsuit or your jeans or whatever you're wearing. In the summertime, it ain't bad unless you have a bee go up there. But in the wintertime, you try to duct tape or anything just to get so you're not getting that wind that's getting piped up your legs. Now, foot launch is a whole different story, but I'll be honest, I have never foot launched on the lake here because flying a trike is just so much fun on the lake. But also, I don't want to fall trying to foot launch.
Right. Well, I'd be pretty confident that the Velcro around these legs would keep
Yeah.
the wind out.
Yeah.
So
What I see prices, but that's not US dollars.
no, it's in pounds, so you got to convert whatever.
Okay.
It's definitely not the least expensive option out there, but it's a good suit.
Well, no, it may not be the least expensive, but how much money are you going to spend to be comfortable?
Well, that's right. That's exactly right.
Goes back to what you said earlier. How bad do you want it?
Yeah, how bad do you want it? But so the weak parts of my flying setup are my hands and my face. So I've got the heated gloves, but those things they're super bulky. I'm not complaining, man, they come in handy.
Right.
But even those, I don't get the finger warmth and I spend a lot of my flights, crossing my arms and trying to keep my core warm. And trying to keep my hands warm and my face warm. So I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah. For us, let's see. Brian says 199 pounds of dollars seems a bit pricey. It depends on if are those quarter pounds or 50-cent pounds or that would be
Walter's asking how much it costs. And so it's 100. The one I got was 100 and let's see, 3-layer. That's the 4-layer. Gosh, I can't remember which one I got. Either way, they're about 160 pounds, Walter. So you'd have to convert that into Australian dollars.
Wonder what his dollars smell like.
I don't know.
Jim CR said David Wolf was saying he's happy with his flight suit that he uses in Ohio. It'd be interesting to see if it's a single layer or 5-layer and what time frame he's flying. I don't know. I don't like being cold.
No, and I would imagine that I'm surprised you don't have like an ultra heavy duty suit, Eric.
Oh, I do. As I said, it's the one that I used that my dad got issued when he was working for the oil companies way up north in Alaska. I mean, you got to remember up there, 100 below, it gets cold. They start their trucks in October and they shut them back down in April, because you shut off a truck, a diesel, they don't like to start. So they let them idle all winter long.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world up there.
Yeah, this is all coming back to me from last winter. I mean, I remember having to put the suit on and messing with all that stuff. and pray that you make it off in one launch attempt. Because you just, especially if you're wearing that suit, I mean, if you don't make it off the first try, you just like drenched inside, you know?
So now what about, are you slipping and sliding on snow?
No, I've never taken off in the snow. Matter of fact, I've never flown over snow in a paramotor. I have in an airplane, and if you've never done that, it's got to be the same for paramotors. If you haven't done that, you're in for a treat because nothing looks the same.
Have you ever flown over a Dairy Queen? Same thing. It's a blizzard.
Yeah, it was
Oh, I
funny.
got Mark to chuckle.
Yesterday they were talking about, they were talking to Jim on Clear Prop TV last night, the video. They were talking to Jim in Canada about flying in wintertime over snow, about thermals. And yeah, you have you can do a lot more midday flying because you don't get a lot of thermal. You still get thermals, but man, I tell you, it's pretty smooth. So
the thermals wouldn't be as severe though, right? Because of the
oh gosh, no, it's nothing. I mean, we get these days that the air is just not moving. And it's like, I don't know how many times we took off in the morning, we fly, we would land, we would come inside, thaw out. And then 2 hours later, we were going back up in the air again. There was one time we took 3 or 4 flights that day.
Really?
And it is cold, but it's so much fun, you know? And at that point for us, all our lakes are froze. So you got miles of outs, but all the ice fishermen are down there ice fishing, and you can, you know, we have a lot of big open like lakes and rivers, and you can fly up and down the rivers like you're an F-16 fighter jet, just slower.
Yep. Well,
So,
I think you should get Shane up there, and he should give it a go.
heck yeah.
I will fly up as soon as it freezes. I'll be there.
Shane, have you ever flown a trike?
No, I actually, no, I'm not trying to make a joke or put anybody. I have no wants to really fly one, to be honest with you. It just, I'm still very new. I still feel like I'm a new pilot, even though November 22nd, is it November 22nd? No, November 2nd is my 2-year mark. I still feel like I'm not even confident enough to fly someone else's wing, more or less a motor in a wing. It just, I'm one of those that I'm comfortable with what I have and I'm good. So I don't really have a want to fly a trike, but you know, I may get bored and want to try something new. Who knows?
Yeah, we're all pretty much babes in this sport. I mean, the sport's not that old, you know. I mean, over here in the US anyways, it's been around, I know, in Europe, but yeah, I like the way you said that, because we're all student pilots. It's when we're not that you know, we start pulling the Mark Mickey maneuvers and do ground wingtip. Hey, you did almost did a ground wingtip touch there, or drag.
Who, me?
Yeah, I've been. Oh, Mark, we already know you've got it on film, 6 different angles. But for me, I have been working on that. I can't commit to doing. I have the momentum. I have the speed. I've actually went to an object and so I'll tell you, there's a car and I wingtip dragged the top of it, and I was like, I can do that, no problem. But as soon as it comes to me doing the ground, it freaks me out and I can't completely commit to doing it. I know I can do it. I'm scared. I don't know what to tell you.
I understand. Are you praying?
No, Dave Perry. It's so weird. I literally was thinking that I haven't heard from Dave Perry in quite some time since Ohio. And he just messaged me on Facebook. I was like, dude, I was just literally thinking about you today, you and your wife, and it's funny you just messaged me. I thought it was pretty weird or
Yeah,
coincidental.
Yep.
So
Got on the
Matt Sloper in the chat, he says, if somebody offers you to fly his trike and something happens to the setup, are you responsible for damages?
Yep.
Yeah, I put yes.
I say yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's the other reason why I don't think I'm ready to fly somebody else's gear, because I honestly don't have the money to fix it. So if I don't have the money for it, I'm not willing to risk it.
Yeah.
I
Go ahead, Eric.
I don't know what to say about that, because I don't want to say force, but I wanted JP to fly the trike, and I wanted, Mark, he went out and he flew the trike when we were at Moonshiners, and I didn't, if something happened and if a wheel fell off and it spun him around and the prop ate a line, it's on him. You're right. But I guess I don't know.
No, I think if your equipment is wrong, bad or something, that can be questionable. But if it's just pilot error, not the, let's say he's going to take off and the prop spins off and goes through your wing. Obviously the prop wasn't properly mounted or whatnot. I think that's a gray area there. But if you go to take off and you trip and fall and you bust up some stuff, then I think as a pilot, you're responsible to fix the damage.
I think you're correct on that.
I borrowed or tried out a friend's wing. It was a new wing too. And I've only done this once. And I was a nervous freaking wreck the whole time. I didn't want anything to happen to that wing. It's not so much I know I could, pay to have the wing fixed, but I'm thinking of the other guy. Okay, now he's got to wait to get his wing repaired, and it's not a new wing anymore. And I just don't like flying other people's equipment. But if I ever do, I would be responsible.
Right.
That's just the way I see it.
I don't know. Everybody saw my trike. If you rolled that thing, it would just flip over on its wheels and continue going. You could hit a moose. You could hit a deer, and you're not going to do any damage to the trike.
Yeah.
If
Although
you hit a
that
moose,
does
you're
eat
already
props.
going to be airborne.
Right?
You'd go under it.
Exactly.
Congratulations, Brian. He's coming up on his 2nd year anniversary of PPG solo.
198 flights.
Yeah, mine's November 2nd.
You still keeping track of your flights, Shane?
No, once I hit over 300, I quit. I was like, all right, I'm done. This is dumb.
Yeah, once I got out of school, I'm done. I never kept track of that. I keep track of my hours on my motor just for maintenance, and that's it.
All right, can I screen share my attempt to wingtip drag? I know Jim CR120's in here, and he would have a comment or two about this. Let me see here.
I'm still with you, Shane. I'm watching it.
Oh, where's the play button? Jesus, the toolbar's in the way. Seriously? Oh, let's do it that way. See, I'm about 3 to 4 feet off the ground, and I have the momentum. I I'm just not brave enough to make that extra that extra little go. It does it to me every time. All right, I am back. Where'd Eric go? He's the host of the show.
I'm
Where'd
right
he
here.
go?
Will, did you put a link in for those gloves?
I did.
Will, what are you eating?
Hi, Jay.
Hi guys.
Jade popped in.
Salad, steak salad.
A steak salad. So it's got 1/2 of a leaf on there and then a 12-ounce steak.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so I don't know whether to take yoga or have a bypass, but it's good.
Yeah, I was Angela's, I think, still looking for the link for the gloves.
Oh, well, I can put it back in there.
Does it
There.
really get that cold in Reno or Las Vegas?
It does get, it gets in the 30s there, doesn't it?
Really?
Yeah, I even think it snows there every once in a while. I could be wrong.
Isn't that the desert?
Yeah, the first place I ever saw snow was South Florida in 1977. Palm Beach County. I didn't know what it was.
I found it. Well,
No, Jade found it. I've always lived in cold climates, so I've always seen snow. Although the first time that I saw warmth and dark together, because that's not something you see in Alaska, was when I left Alaska and moved down to Illinois. It was like 80, humid, and we were sitting out on a pool deck. And I've never experienced that before. It was weird.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you explained that because I was really concerned that you're getting into something.
So Matt Sloper says, yes, it snows here sometimes.
Huh.
I guess I should, I could post the thing for the harness too, just in case.
Yeah, like I said, I've used that for, I mean, that was like one of the first things I purchased outside of the helmet was a chest strap because I wanted to be able to have access to my phone to record. That's how I plan to do my video, and I didn't have a GoPro. Actually, I had a GoPro Hero 3 that the battery lasted, I don't know, 8 minutes. So I couldn't find a new battery for it. So I just went and used my phone. And that's how I recorded. That's why you always see my knees in my videos, because it's on the wide angle and the camera's mounted to my chest though.
Oh, that was your knee?
Not because I have beautiful knees. It's because that's just the camera angle. Okay, people.
I don't know, man. You spent about 5 minutes trying to brush the grass off your legs in that video.
I could not believe when I actually lifted my legs up, I wanted to come back and land. I was like, oh my God, I was covered in it. I don't know how well, I honestly don't know how well the video showed the seeds, but I can tell you right now, dude, I was absolutely, and then when I go to brush them off, it all flew up. I could hear the seeds hitting like my helmet and the prop. I can hear a little tick, 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 tick. I was like, holy crap. I was like, there is so much on seeds on me.
Okay, there's all three things.
Thank you. Yeah, it was pretty funny. After we went to a fly-in here in Wisconsin, and we looked at the weather, and it was going to be crosswinds across this runway. So then we went over to where Jade and I got trained, and we did some flying over there. And I was just, I'm mesmerized with the corn, and I like to fly right over the corn, knowing that I have a 4-foot buffer, I guess. And one time I ended up going a little low, and I came back up, and I ended up with corn stalk all in my net. It was just a mess. And those little tassels, I think they're called tassels. What are they called? Tassels, whatever. The little tassels, those wreck props. Another prop
Wait, what's a tassel?
on
What is it
corn.
you're talking
We're talking about cornfields.
Oh, you talking about the thing on the top, the little top?
Yes,
Okay, I didn't know it was called a tassel.
I didn't either.
Tassel.
I
tassel.
don't know. I am not a farmer.
Yeah, I'm not either, but I know how to fly over corn.
I know how to fly through corn.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Hey,
thought when
I will. Go ahead, Eric.
no, I just thought when I hit that, I thought I was done. But it came right out, but it was spitting out parts, not my parts. It was spitting out like corn stalk, but I landed and I looked back and my net was just full of brown, gray, or dead corn stalk. So
I will tell you, before we had that little fly in at Hodges Field that Mark and I flew at, I was flying out of my wife's cousin's property, and I got over to this cornfield and I was just flying along, never even thought about motor out or nothing. And then I happened to be able to see in a section of the field where the corn wasn't planted properly or whatever, it didn't grow. And I realized it's 8 to 10 foot tall corn. So then I got in thinking, okay, so you got a motor out, you've got your hands up, and you're applying brake pressure as you start going into the corn. You can't protect your face. How long does it take you to drop 8 to 10 feet as you're getting pelted by cobs of corn and all the stock and everything else? I was like, oh, I'm never flying over that again. I couldn't imagine going into the corn. Think about it. Your hands are on the brakes. You have to leave your hands on the brakes. You're just getting beat to death, and you won't be able to see where the ground is. It would just be a horrible situation. And I don't know. Once I realized that corn was that tall, because I didn't realize it when I flew into or over it, I was like, if you go into that is going to just, it's going to suck. And then to get out of it, you got your wing and your motor, and that stuff's so tall and so thick. All I could think of is, man, that would be a maze.
Where the field where the corn wasn't planted, it looked like the corn wasn't planted right? What you were talking about?
Right.
That's where another paramotorist went down. I mean, they would definitely have no trouble finding you, man. They just followed the
just a section of field just taken out. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, it would be so, like, the whole idea of it, like the having to leave your hands on the brakes and just taking just everything to the body, to the face. I mean, it would be horrible, absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
I wish Mark would have got a chance to fly that property, because it was absolutely gorgeous once you got up in the air and you could see the Ohio River and the power plant that was on the river. And yeah, I had an absolute blast. And I can assure you, no one in that area, in that rural area, has ever seen a paramotor pilot. I mean, I had people pulling over on the side of the road and I was 500-600 feet, and they would watch me until I got so far that they really couldn't tell, and taking pictures. And then they would either chase me down to the next section of where they could catch up to me, or they would wait. I mean, I flew a couple different times there, and every time they were just absolutely just crazy about it. I had a cop chase, not chase me, but was like trying to follow to get up ahead of me so he could take another picture. He'd pull off the road, take a picture, and they could jump in his car and take off further ahead. And they were loving it. They never seen anything like it, I guess. I have no idea.
where was that at?
Pardon?
Up in Ohio.
Oh,
I don't think you were there.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Dave. No, I'm sorry. It was Dave Purdens. Mark, why are you going to let me lie to everybody? Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Because you
Oh,
said the
yes.
lie and I was waiting on the story, and then it was like, oh, that's not lining up.
Now, it was Dave Purdens. I got there the weekend before Dave Purdens, and then Mark showed up and brought all the crappy weather, rain, high winds. I mean,
And then Will
Thanks,
showed
Mark.
up, but it was
I
too
brought the
late.
mud.
Mark
You know-
or Will shows up at nighttime. Can we still fly? We're in rural area.
Yeah, I go to Purdens. I drive all that way to go to Purdens. And then, of course, Sunday morning rolls around. I go outside, everybody's gone and leaves me stuck in a ditch.
Not everybody. Someone stayed until you were safely on your way.
That's right. Will did stay.
That's only because you told him there was an ice cream sandwich left over in the freezer. He didn't want him to eat like that.
I thought it was just because he was still asleep.
I know. Oh man, that was a
No, he
mess.
was pretty upset that he had to get up early just to sit there and watch us get stuck.
Yeah, I could have been like
No.
halfway to my destination.
I know you could have, but you didn't.
Where's that destination? REM sleep?
No, that destination was Dayton, Ohio, to visit to see the Wright Flyer 3.
Oh yeah.
And that was another thing. He goes and he leaves like 10 minutes, about the same time before, just a little bit before us. But we had to pull over. I don't remember why. I think we left the plug hooked to the generator. I don't know. But anyways, we had to stop on the side of the road and do something. And then we leave and we're driving 20 minutes. And then all of a sudden we look up and here's Will going the other direction back. And I'm like,
I made a wrong turn.
there goes Will.
Hey, I'll tell you, you brought up something, Shane, and it's something that I think of all the time. But when you're flying around other people and they see you and they're getting enjoyment out of something that you're doing, that's a really good feeling. I mean, you have your paramotor, you take it on it's in the back of your truck, right?
Yes.
Well, I mean, mine's on a rack at the back of my car, so I mean, it's fully visible. But I can just tell people when they're passing, they're laughing, and you know, I know what the conversation is, and that just makes me feel really good because hey, it brought some cheer to somebody else. So
Yeah, the very first time Jason Russell Smith came over, I believe it was my first solo flight. We were on our way back from the compound, and every time we got to the light, there was a guy that literally was pulled up next to us and wanted to have a conversation about the paramotors. And then the light would turn green, we get to the next light, and he'd pull up and continue the conversation. I mean, we had a full-on conversation between lights or during the lights. And I don't remember, Krista was with me because she's the one that pointed it out. She's like, that guy just gave you thumbs up as he drove by or whatever. And I was just like, all right, but yeah, after your video, Will, where you videotaped the guy like keep like looking at you, or there was a girl in the car or something that was looking at the paramotor, and then you were saying something about, you know, how people find it interesting or whatnot. I started paying attention to people as they drove by, and you're right, they all are like just fascinated with the motors sitting on the back of the vehicles.
isn't that a good feeling?
But I don't.
You know?
Yeah. I like mine in the back of my pickup truck. Will, you don't have this option. I get it. But even if it's in the back of my truck, like in the morning, it's still dark out, man, I hit my brakes just to see reflections of like the light shining off my cage or whatever. I'm scared to death that thing's going to fall out. Although I know it's not gonna, but it doesn't stop me from thinking it's going to fall out. What would you do if you got to your LZ and you go to get out of your vehicle and the damn thing ain't back there? You feel like, oh shit.
I'd go get Marks.
Yeah, he won't even know he's missing one. He's probably got too many to even notice.
So
All lies.
no, James. Oh man, is it Hopner? I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah, he owns the field, and he put on the fly-in that we went to, Jade and I did 2 weeks ago, which was totally awesome.
Oh yeah. Like that. He made the whole thing, or he's making it specifically for like ultralights, or
Yeah, they fly ultralights, but invited the PPG crew. But they meet all over down in like central, eastern side of Wisconsin, south central. But I want to go hit more of his fly-ins. But yeah, he said that he was giving us a vegetable lesson. So
yeah. You want to Oh,
No,
are you
go
talking
ahead.
about his comment?
no, go ahead.
Well, he's saying corn silk is at the end of the cobs, tassels at the top of the stalk. Corn suck is what happens when you fly too low. It sucks you right in. So there you have it. Now, Shane, you walked away during that lesson and you missed it all.
No, I can still hear. I just went to the fridge. The fridge is literally like right here.
You're gonna get corn sucked because you did not listen to this.
Kylo dropped
I had
one
my-
in the road. What does that mean, John? Kylo dropped one in. Dropped.
I think he dropped the motor.
Oh, dropped it. Oh man. That would be terrible.
God, who was it? I might be wrong about this person. I think it was Nick the Buff. No, Bobby. That's with Pat, with Viserati, with the Pat paramotors. He had one on the back of his motorhome, and his wife actually got up there and going down the road. They have a class 8. It's a motorhome. Anyways, she happened to look out the back window and noticed the motor was gone. And she's like, hey, you lost one of the motors. And they turned around and they never found it. They don't know when it fell off or how far back. I was just like, ever since I heard that story, it is just stuck in my head that I want no part of losing a motor. I wouldn't even know how to do it myself.
Wow. Oh, well, hey, we can ask James this question. You remember at let's see, was it Mountain City, the cornfield right next to the LZ? You know what I'm talking about, Shane?
Yeah, where there was a creek that ran through that somebody.
That was it.
Yeah.
But what are those little bugs that keep flying up? I mean, as soon as you get close, there's like this layer of buggage that just, did you experience that at all?
Yeah, but was that
Yeah, I did.
What are those things?
what was that the
Let's see.
sweet bees?
I don't know what you're talking about the little sweat bees,
Yeah.
the little teeny tiny bees? No,
Yeah.
they had those too, but that's not what these were.
I have no idea what they were. I never picked one out of my teeth to realize, examine what it was.
I don't know what they were, but I know what they taste like. For sure.
I'll be honest, I did not feel any bugs jumping up and getting me. Are you sure you weren't losing your M&Ms?
No.
Actually, it was probably like right at, so if your cage is half a foot above the top of the corn, they were right there at face level. I mean, it seemed like every one of them hit you right in the face. I didn't feel them on anything else but my face. Just boom, every time. I was like, all right, so don't go down there no more. Or wear sunglasses.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one last thing, or whatever, another thing. Do you wear goggles at all when it's really cold? Or do you just wear glasses, or?
I wear my glasses only because if I put something over them like goggles, or they'll fog up and then freeze, and then and they still do that though, just from my breath. They'll fog up, freeze, and you're kind of looking through the clear parts so you can see.
Well,
but
how heavy of a breathing are you doing on your trike?
Hey, I would rather do a flight than, so I'm breathing pretty good. No, but I'll also wear my, when we have the masks on, you get, I mean, pretty soon it's going to be the little F-16 oxygen tanks we're wearing up there just so we don't get that ice buildup. But yeah, no, I don't wear anything, goggles or anything. Well, I know I take that back. I put in my contacts a few times and flew. Yeah, and we would wear the goggles.
Hey,
So
hey, Mark, what's the highest that you've flown so far?
6131.
So are we gonna try to change that this weekend?
That's fine with me. I could care less.
Well, I can care less too, as long as the wind's okay. The winds are crap. Yeah, I changed my mind when I'm sitting in the paramotor seat than I am on the couch. On the couch, I can talk all kind of smack, but when I get in that paramotor seat, it's like, well, this is good.
Yeah, it just takes, for me, it takes so long to come back down because
Right.
I can't get down in a hurry like some of y'all can.
Have you worked on big ears?
I pulled them at
Purdon's.
no, at Moonshiners. I pulled them twice at Moonshiners, and one time I think I pulled them not simultaneously, and so it like started jumping back and forth side to side, which immediately I let go. Might have soiled myself. And then the next time it was a little bit smoother, but yeah, I want to do that some more. I want to get comfortable doing that.
Yeah, actually, the swinging back and forth when you just throw your body the opposite direction to kind of counteract that, and
Yeah, or let go.
Or let go. I mean, and by no means am I a professional. I really enjoy doing them. I do it when there's nobody around, just because I enjoy doing it. It's just something I like to do. But like Eric, I explained to Eric, it's really a non-eventful kind of thing. And he went up. Where did you end up doing it at, Eric?
That was
it Bad
no,
Apples?
Yeah, that was Bad Apples before the flying actually started.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love them. I don't know why. It's a non-eventful thing, but I guess when you let the lines go and your wing just kind of folds out and goes poof, I guess I like that part the most. I don't know.
Yeah, I was the guy that once I did it once and realized that there's nothing that's bad that's going to happen. Man, I had them things pulled in. I'm on the gas. I'm flying around like that. Everybody's wondering what the hell I'm doing. Oh, well, I don't care. Don't judge.
Yeah, my next thing to do is the horseshoe. So instead of grabbing your most outer A's, you grab your most inside A's, you put them together, and then you take your other hand, go up the line, and then slowly pull it down, and it literally turns your wing into a horseshoe.
Yeah, please don't tell me how to do that one.
No.
I just did.
I heard a Jade echo.
You heard Jade back there? No.
Yeah.
I know.
I
I have
did
to
it.
watch
I
when
did
I do
it during.
something.
Yeah, I did it during the SIV course. It's supposed to be another way of coming down faster if you get into trouble like cloud suck or whatever. I had one instructor tell me never do it with a paramotor, another instructor tell me it's perfectly fine. So I figure if we go up to 10,000 feet this weekend, Mark, that'll be a good time to try it. Have plenty of time to recover.
Just don't turn your motor off, man.
Oh, I'm turning it off. That's the first thing I'm doing.
Well, the weather's supposed to be nice, and it just depends on if you want to spend time doing that or if you want to. I have no idea. We'll see. We'll see what you want to go see around here. They filmed the Walking Dead show here. I don't watch it, but a lot of people do, and you can fly around and look at some of the stuff that you see on the show.
Well, I mean, I would rather be flying than sit there with you in your little French maid outfit cleaning baseboards there, you know. and your onesie.
I will wear it for you. I'm not embarrassed.
Oh boy.
Well, with that, I really don't want to continue this show hearing that you're wearing that. So I'm going to end the live stream. I'm going to end the live stream. I'm going to put, Jade, can you put that in the chat for me? The number? She'll put it in the chat for an after show. I'm just going to do a short after show. But I do want to say one thing. Look what I got. Look what I got in the mail. I got me.
Freebies, man. Dang. One of these days I won't be on Mark's good list.
I got me a Paralife flag that I can take now to the fly-ins.
We just got to make sure Jay doesn't print over it.
Yes, she's already got like flamingo. She got a circle with a cross on it. I told you, you just can't do that.
That's funny.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Mark. That is super cool. I appreciate it.
All good.
But
he's gonna have a flamingo flying into that guy, like the bridge.
That I will
That's
watch.
freaking
And that is the
hysterical.
funniest thing. I get a kick out of that.
You guys are wrong.
Yes, we are. We fly paramotors, but that was hilarious. I will replay that and replay that and replay. Oh, it is good. But anyways, everybody in the chat, thanks a lot. Jade's going to post a link, I think, in there, and hopefully you guys can all come in and say hi. Let's see. Hold on. Maybe I can do this here. I don't know if that'll work. And of course, did you? There. Maybe
Now we
that'll
know
work.
we tried to end it 2 minutes early because it's going to take them 10 minutes to figure out how to put. Oh, there it is.
Hey, come on, just leave me alone. All right.
Now just put the number. Now put the numbers in separately.
Man, I can't. Jade says she did, but I don't see it here.
Hold on, I got it. Hold on. Oopsie. Trying to get rid of Will.
Sorry, Will.
All right. So the numbers, just the numbers, because you know there's people like Walter that I need the numbers. 315303. Keep it down in there, woman. I'm on a show. Don't make me come in there.
Oh,
All right, there it is.
no. You're not going through, Jade. We don't see it.
Yeah, it's coming through.
Jade's is?
There it is. Well, no, Jade's isn't. All I see from Jade's a bunch of flamingos.
Well, Shane dropped it there. So you can see the first one was the meeting. The second one was the ID. So come join us on the after show and say hi or not. How do you shut this off?
Leave. No, actually that's on, don't do that. That's on the Zoom. You gotta go to stop, pause, or pause, stop recording on Zoom.
End stream.
Yeah, that'll work.
See you guys.
Good night.